Good afternoon, everyone. Today is December 2nd, 2017, and I'm here to talk to you about the Naca, my Naca process, my Naca journey. My Naca journey began on November 18, 2017. I attended the workshop, which that's the first step in the 10-step Naca process. You have to attend the workshop in order. That's the 10 steps to home ownership. So step number 1 is the Naca workshop. Step number 2 is the intake. The intake is where they look at all your documents. Step number 3 is the Naca qualification. So that's like a pre-qualification in the conventional sense when you're trying to get a mortgage. Step 4 is after you get the pre-qualification, you go out and you attend the purchase workshop and you start your home search. You get a Naca realtor. The realtor has to be Naca certified because Naca does their stuff differently from everybody else. So the realtor needs to be familiar with the way Naca does their selling, their contracts. Number 5 is the purchase and sale contract. Step number 6 is the property condition. That means the inspection. Step number 7 is the credit access and bank qualification. That's that if nothing changes from step 3 to step 7, you're good. But if something changes in the fact that you got a better job, you got more money, then that's even better. But nothing like you fall behind on debts, you got new debts, you got new credit, stuff like that, then you're good. For step number 8 is the mortgage process, meaning that's where the underwriting and they double check, they cross their T's and dot their I's and everything. Step 9 is the closing. You go to finalize the terms of the contract to get your keys. And you get your keys and you're free to move in. And also free to buy whatever you want because you already got the house. Step 10 is the post-purchase workshop. By that time you're already in your house. A counselor is just calling to check up on you. Is everything okay with your house? Help you with any financials that you might need. That's why they don't charge a PMI, because they actually follow up with you and counsel you throughout the whole time you have the mortgage. But that's why it's a membership, and you pay a small membership fee of $25. So a little bit about the Naca. It got me excited. My sister told me about it last year, and I was like, nothing like this exists. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing like this that exists. So I in the summer, I'm like, okay, let me check this out. So I downloaded this book because I work for the government and we have a printer there, and we could just print whatever we want, any how much pages, whatever. So I printed out the book and I sat down and I read it. The book is how many pages? It's 42 pages of information. I would suggest you reading this book cover to cover because it's information that's easy to read and it's information that's invaluable, and you'll get fired up by reading this book. When you go to the workshop, you're just going to the workshop because it's a requirement. Because if you read this book, you already know everything about the Naca. So the workshop is like, okay, you're just going there because you want to meet the requirement. So I read the book cover to cover and I got fired up. I told everybody I could about this program. So I got 3 people to join to come to the workshop, and I was just excited. So more about Naca is I'll give you a brief overview. Naca is a mortgage program that's there to help to the predatory lending industry. They are a better option. They believe that with proper counseling, anybody could be a homeowner and stay in their home. They believe that a credit score is just, it doesn't tell you, it doesn't tell the lenders about you. You could have a 750 credit score and not even have a job. You know, your credit score could be great and you don't have a job. Side note, I was renting a place and the realtor was like, "Oh, we only rent to people with 700 and above credit score." And he was like, "Let me tell you a story." Side note, this lady, she applied for the place. She had a 700 credit score. From she paid her first month rent, security deposit, and broker's fee, she haven't paid another dollar. And she's been there 3 months. So a credit score is just a 3-digit number that indicates nothing. Because you could have a good credit score and do nothing with it. Like you could not pay your bills and stuff, and the credit score means nothing. So anyway, Naca, this is the book, Naca. Naca is a program that offers no down payment. It offers no closing costs, no PMI. It's a character lending, so it lends based on you as an individual. That's why when people ask, how long does it take for me to finish? It's a case-by-case basis, because they don't have a set time that everything needs to be done by. They work with you, the individual. So they don't just you're not just a number. You're an individual that they individually work with. So hence, no perfect credit. And they look at credit not for the number. They only look at credit to see if you're paying your bills, if you're bankrupt, if you're late, if you're behind on things. They look at those things. But anything before 2 years, they only look at the first 24 months. So if you have a debt that's older than 24 months, they don't even look at that, because guess what? That's in your past. They're only looking at your future. So your future is 24 months and beyond. So that's a good thing. So people with bad credit, don't say this is not for you, because they don't look at that. And they have a below rate interest rate below market value. So their interest rate is the best in the country right now. Nobody offers those interest rates that Naca offers. When I tell people about the Naca program, I just mention the interest rate and they're like, "What? You could get that?" So they offer two options. They offer a 15-year and they offer a 30-year. Now for the 30-year is 3.625, and for the 15-year is 3.50. And you have, with Naca, you have the opportunity to buy down your interest rate to under 1%. Can you imagine? You have a $350,000 loan and you're spending under 1% on interest. So, put Naca like this. You have a $350,000 loan, and the bank told you that when you're done paying off your loan at the end of 15 years, I have $60,000 waiting for you in the bank. As soon as you send your last check, you get $60,000. Everybody would take that. But Naca is giving you the $60,000 ahead of time. So why wouldn't you take the $60,000? I would take it, because that's $60,000. So Naca is just the best home mortgage in America right now. I don't think nothing is gonna beat it. They are a non-profit, private. They're not government subsidized or anything. They're very serious about their program. They don't take to people that want to abuse the program. That's why the program been around. The program has been around since from 1988, the year I was born. So the program has been around now for 29 years and growing. It's growing. And I cannot wait to tell everybody that I know about it. So, as I said, I started my journey November 18, 2017. I have my first intake appointment December 8th, 2017. I will tell you guys all about the appointment. So, when you go to the workshop, the process that you need to do. So it's all listed in the book. First, you need to wait for the email. That's the Naca. So you're preparing for your intake counseling sessions. The first thing you need to do 6 things. So the first thing is you need to wait for that email. When they send you your email with your Naca ID, you jump online and you create a password, you log in, and you just send them everything that they need. Because I was already prepared, so I just kind of did that. So then you access your, number 2 is you access your web file. That means you set up your user ID to get access. Number 3, after you access your web file, you schedule an appointment. And number 4 is you prepare for your intake session, which ties into number 2. So in number 4, they ask you for some forms. You have forms from the workbook, which is the budget form, which you could do on the web file itself. Your daily expense diary. You could just print out a week worth of expenses from